Hey everybody! Welcome to another episode of Who's It Anime? With your host Stephen Collin. We've done it. We're out. We got out of XL Saga. We're now talking about another happy anime. Happy.
Yeah. I mean, as happy as an anime can be with the sentence "Earth is a polluted hell."
Yes. Yes. That's very light-hearted. It's played hell.
It is a very light-hearted polluted hell, that is for certain.
Yes. This anime is covering Dominion Tank Police. The
Holy shit.
1988
88?
OAVs.
I think the dubs are 91
Yeah, potential.
or 92. Yeah.
Yeah, when they came over, when Akira broke the wall and brought everything over.
Interestingly, I like the fact that New Dominion Tank Police, which I thought was quite new, is not that new.
No. That was mid-90s.
Like, it's 1993.
Yeah,
So, not that new.
not that new. No,
Not that new Dominion Tank Police.
the newest one is New Dominion Tank Police Squad 001. I don't know. I can't remember. I never saw that one. Came out in
That
the
is
early 2000s.
Have you seen New Dominion Tank Police?
I did.
Okay.
I watched that.
And how is that?
That's all right. I prefer this one.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
But that might be biased because hark back, dear Steve, hark back to the New Year special
Yeah.
when we were talking about animes that we watched as kids / young adults.
Yes.
I
This was one of them.
This is technically one of them. Yeah, obviously, I was older by the time I watched this, but I was probably a teenager. Was it when it came? This is essentially when I knew about anime itself
Right.
as the form. This is one of my brother's friends brought it round and we watched it on the old VCR.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It was published by manga at that point, or maybe still
Now-
is.
So, here's my question.
It did have the armor on it, yes.
Okay. But the bit where Leona fires the gun, is that the in the trailer?
It might be, yeah.
I saw it and I was like, oh, that feels very familiar.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is one of the
Excellent.
But this anime is the manga was created by Matsumoto Shiro.
I know the name.
He was the one that did, I think, Black Magic, Appleseed. More famously known for Ghost in the Shell.
Yes. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
There's definitely like particularly with the tanks and the whole spider tanks that you get in Ghost in the Shell. There's a vibe here.
Yeah. So this is I think it's more in the manga he was creator of, and then the adaptations of it onto the screen. So yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, this is. So I will start off by saying to you, like we've talked a little bit about this off air, and
Okay.
I said, I am shocked that this is 140 minutes because I don't feel like 140 minutes of things happened.
There's a lot of things happening in it, man. It's more about dick jokes. There was a lot of dick jokes.
Well, there are. My favorite one being the mines.
What were they called? The rectal something.
They definitely do that.
Yeah. The good old
Yeah.
rental minds. Yes, to be honest, I just find it lighthearted and fun. Like we said,
It is fun.
the the setting for it isn't. It's
No.
your general cyberpunk esque, not quite apocalypse world like Fist of the North Star, but
No. Well, I read the synopsis. I think that's probably
yeah, let's see how
a
it
good one.
goes.
So the synopsis, as I mentioned, has the sentence "Earth is a polluted hell."
Mm-hmm.
So in the far future, Earth is a polluted hell with massive cities and a crime problem to match. Keeping the peace is the tank police. They literally use tanks as both their vehicles and main weapons, with a nearly insane, brutal dedication to their job.
Mm-hmm.
Leona Ozaki joins them as the first female member and must find a way to work with the others in her own style. There's something that has to be settled soon, considering that the notorious Puma sisters and their dumb male partner, Boaku, are planning crimes that require Leona's skills to stop them.
Yeah. All right, that's
Kinda.
that's kind of it. I wouldn't say it was more Wacko's the leader of the gang
Yeah,
rather than the
I
Puma
mean,
sisters.
I guess like they are more partners than boss but yeah,
Yeah,
he's definitely doesn't feel like they're subordinate.
yeah, he's not.
um,
Um,
we'll get to the Puma sisters.
yeah, yeah, well,
um,
quite quickly.
yeah, this is oh man. So I've never watched this before. I've definitely seen bits of it throughout. Like probably one of those ones where it's hard not to see bits and pieces of.
Yeah.
This. So I guess it breaks down into 4 acts.
Mhm.
Act 1, I would describe as sort of Leona's introduction.
Yeah.
Act 2 is her sort of, I guess, coming into her own a little bit.
Yes. Yes.
Act 3 is the kind of all hell breaks loose a little bit, and the true purpose of things starts to become a little more known.
Part of.
And then Act 4 is like the blurring of the lines between good and bad, and ultimately just confusion.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I suppose that's probably what they were going for with it. Yeah.
I cannot tell you how this ended.
Oh. Oh, it does. I remember.
Like what actually happened? No, like I know I've watched it, but I don't know what it means at all.
Well, on that note, let's dive into it with our
Shall we?
usual take of describing the episodes and rating them. Well, probably just rating the whole thing.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't
Yeah.
really want to rate every individual episode.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it was a 4-part OVA. OVA. Only on whatever it is. It was a video release. 1998.
1988.
Yep.
It says it was originally released in Japan from May 27th, 1988 to August 11th, 1989. So I guess it was just released in 4 VHS tapes.
Yeah. It must have got enough appeal to it. It's from a manga. I had 1 volume, I believe, called Dominion.
Is that right? Only 1 volume?
Yeah. From what I've...
Oh, interesting.
Oh, I got that volume, actually. I like this.
Oh.
It's like one of
Okay.
my favorite anime. I just like it because it's stupid. I like the characters because they're stupid.
The art style in the manga is unusual.
Yeah.
Can we talk about their dinner plate noses?
Yeah.
Like everyone has this circle underneath their nose.
Yeah, I suppose. I never noticed.
And I just kept looking at it going, huh. Okay. Every character, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
What?
It's like that's a style.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe that's what the bacteria cloud does. So, so I think it starts off basically with the big argument between the mayor of this city and the tank police, where she's basically saying, "Yeah, what the hell are you guys doing?" And he's like, "Oh well, we're here to cure the cancer, the crime's the cancer," and it's just like, yes, but surgeons usually are delicate, and when you tend to use a tank, you kind of lose limbs. It's like a chainsaw.
Surgeons are delicate. We are not.
Yeah.
In any way, shape, or form.
And then I think it was like, it's like, all right, well, we can change the tools. How about a thermonuclear bomb? That stopped the war in the past. Because she's like, what?
Oh, God.
Yeah, you're insane. Yeah, so basically the tank police is under scrutiny of being a big waste of money, causing too much damage to the city. And then I think it cuts away to an ambulance flying through the city, and this is where you meet Waku and the Puma sisters.
Yep.
And
they're bandaging him up, his hand, which I think is great because he goes, you wouldn't believe the pain I'm in.
yeah, 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 exactly.
It's pretty great.
And they're like, yeah, you keep that up. That's exactly what I hear.
Yeah, that's what they're going to need when we get to the hospital.
Yeah,
because we're getting to the hospital. Obviously, something is going on here,
Mhm.
and when we get to the hospital, they're told that we don't bring sick people here. This
yeah,
is a hospital for well people, and you're like, what?
yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. And the guy's like, so you can't come in, and they're like, shut up, and they push him to the ground. And my favorite part of that is that he then apologizes to them. Sorry, ladies.
Yeah, yeah. And they rush in. And I think it cuts back to the tank police where they're interrogating
Interrogating in air quotes.
A hoodlum, which consists of him standing on like some weak bit
A bucket?
Oh no, he's got a bucket. I think he's standing on like some weak like metal frames while he's got a noose around his neck and a grenade.
No, the noose the noose is attached to the grenade.
Oh, I thought he also was on a noose around his neck.
Oh, is it a noose around his neck? There's a string attached to the grenade that's going to pull the pin if he moves, and they're trying to hit another grenade at him.
Yeah. So there's a bucket. Oh, the bucket is. Oh no!
There. Wait, is the guy with the grenade in his mouth later on?
No. This is the first one.
They do commonly interrogate people in the worst ways possible.
Yeah, and then we meet our next main character, Al.
Al Southwell.
Yeah, who basically goes, Sir Lieutenant, this is a bit extreme, isn't it? It's like, and then Lieutenant Britain chews him out and goes, well, you man or not, blah, blah, blah. I can't remember exactly what it says, but it's something ridiculous.
This guy yells his way through the entire thing, never once truly making any lick of sense. Others like, manly shit, I'm a fucking tanks,
Yeah.
That's basically
glorious.
His entire character.
Glorious. I love him. He's a fucking idiot.
Guy.
Yeah, so... And then, so they're playing basically golf, so they got like a rifle, which they're using as a golf stick to butt the thing.
It all seems very safe.
Yeah, it's very safe. And then as he's about to hit, out comes Leona and startles Al, who then whacks the ball, the grenade, which then bounces off the column that the hoodlums is attached to.
Uh huh.
And bounces and hits Leon in the eye. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, what the hell? Who does a thing like that?
I like that she says, "Who was it that did that to me on purpose?" And it's like, well, if you'd witnessed it, you would have known it rebounded about 95 times.
Yeah,
So if it was on purpose, hell of a shot.
yeah, she's this thinks everything's against her.
I should say though,
Mhm.
interesting comment, interesting weird thing. Her voice actor in the dub, Tony Barry, is also a voice actor for the original Teletubbies series. Not for one of the Teletubbies though.
What?
Yeah,
All right.
she is. She is between 1997 and 2001.
Huh?
Voiced the voice trumpets, talking flowers, and counter
Yes, all
in the Teletubbies.
high quality voice actors. I think
And also, she was the voice of Little Mai and Snork Maiden in the Moomin anime.
all right.
So there you go.
It was Britain, I think, is voiced by some guy. He's got voices in like Dark Souls.
Does he? Damn.
Yeah, yeah.
No, not him. He's in Xenoblade by the looks of things.
Yeah.
He doesn't have much in the way a chaplain. I mean, unless it's just not listed here, which I could also believe.
Someone.
Sean Barrett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Is he in Dark Souls?
yeah, he seems to have like a big like list of stuff.
His credits do not seem to include that in.
Oh, maybe I'm looking at the wrong one.
Well, I could possibly also be looking at the wrong one.
Yeah.
Well, this does seem to. Yeah, Demon Souls. Like, dang.
Yeah. There you go.
Although, keep going. I'll
Yeah.
do the research.
Yeah, so basically that hits, and then she kind of throws the grenade back at Al. Goes, oh no, it's all right, because she's also like, oh, he's kind of cute, or something. And then he rolls the grenade, and then Britain's like, who the hell are you? It's like, oh, I've been reassigned to the tank police, and he goes, oh, they sent it as a girl. Oh.
That's maybe the nicest way he refers to her ever.
I mean, until third episode.
The fourth episode, he fucking goes off on it.
Yeah, oh no, I think it's the third. There's some other stuff happening then, but so that's that. And then you cut back to the hostel with the Puma girls and Waku, who are getting his arm scanned, and the
Yep.
doctor goes, "Ah, the machine doesn't quite work because it's for healthy patients." I'm like, all right. But it does seem to think that there's a machine gun in this set of bandages. It's like, oh, well, I'm all better. See, Doc? And shits the place up.
He goes, let me just test this.
Yeah.
And just shoots a bunch of stuff for, no good reason.
Yeah. Well, he's shitting. He got Anna Puma and Inu Puma to go and steal some urine.
You're right. Sean Barrett did do a ton. It does and has done a ton of shit.
Yeah.
It's just not listed for some reason in the wiki I was looking at.
All right. Yeah.
Which seems weird.
On DMB, you had lots.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. So, they steal that. Then they kind of make a getaway, and then the SWAT are being called in, and then the Puma sisters do a strip show.
They do.
Yeah.
In fact, if you type in Puma Sisters into Google, I'm fairly confident one of the things you'll be suggested is dance GIF.
Yeah. Possible.
Also, interesting bit of trivia. voice actor of the Puma sisters, is aged voice protagonist 1, type B, female protagonist 5 in Elden Ring.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
there
there
you
you
go.
go.
Yeah. So yeah, they do that and then distract the guys, and then jumps over them, and then brandish some machine guns themselves and start shooting. And then the tank police gets tank police gets called in for reinforcements. But
They do.
Britain's like, no. You know how many times there's like a crime happening in the city every 30 seconds? We can't go to every call out.
No.
So, because he's
It's sort of
taking
a lazy way to think about it.
yeah, he's taking Leona and Al, and they're tripping this big massive tank.
Yes, the big massive tank that does not survive this episode.
No. Yeah. So basically, they crash into him with an ambulance, and
Yep.
Blacko says along the lines, "You idiot, Anna is how do you go and have to run into the back of the tank police tank?" It's like, oh well,
The size of that fucking tank.
yeah, and he's like, well, he's parked it right in the middle of the street. It's his fault because it wasn't parked; it was moving.
It was. Leads to maybe my favorite bit in the entire thing, which is him going off on one at the window, going like, "Hey, fucking put your window down! I'm gonna tear you a new one and stuff." And then he's just met with a rocket launcher to the face.
Yeah, bazooka. Yeah.
And Bwaku just goes, boom.
Yeah. I can't remember what it's something like. It's something like, oh yeah, don't have anything. See ya, and he blows them up.
It's so good.
And then drives away.
Yeah, and then they follow. He's like, "Oh, we need to get the tank." So they take the tank and follow them.
Yeah, Al and Leora take the tank, and they got the chief, they got the lieutenant, and then follow them. So they do, and then they put it into like boost mode, and crash into a building. And Britain's just, I think he jumps onto the SWAT team that called in reinforcements.
He does. He's following them behind.
Yeah. And then he sees it crashing, and he goes, "No, my tank! I've got my beautiful tank." And
he does the cool. She does the cool shot though when they get away.
Yeah, like Al's knocked unconscious from the crash, and it's just like, right, one thing to do, and she just kind of angles at it and like
cranks the thing.
Artillery shots the ambulance, and it's like,
from downtown.
Yeah,
you might say
from downtown, and it just gets them.
It's pretty good. Although it does cause the tank to tip upside down and fall to pieces.
Yeah, it just literally explodes.
Yeah.
And
Whoops daisy.
And then I think it cuts back to the chief getting bawled out by the mayor. It's like 100 complaints, blah blah blah, and then it's like he goes to Britain's 200 complaints, and then Britain goes, it's 400 complaints to the squad, and Leona goes, it's all my fault, and he goes, yeah, I know, but I'm not bawling you out because of this, because you destroyed my beautiful tank.
My favourite part of this is it starts the running trend of that sequence of events. Mayor complains to chief complains to lieutenant complains to staff.
Yeah. Oh man, and
a stunning indictment of like the behaviour of passing the buck.
Oh yes. And then what happens? It's basically she gets chewed out and it's like, right, you're getting transferred to the child welfare where the people are a bit more your size type thing.
Yeah, and by that I mean women.
Yeah, I think babies. I think kids.
Yeah, he's no. I just mean like he's like go where all the other women are. I don't want you here. She is like, hey, I didn't really know how to drive it. It was a lot bigger than the bikes I'm used to from my old job.
Yeah.
And then she goes outside and has a bit of a cry about it.
Yeah, it's not before Britain's. I think is this bit where Britain says something, so I'm going to cry, and then she's like, "Well, go ahead and cry then," and then slams the door and walks out.
Cry? What?
Yeah, I'm the one who should be crying. Well, go ahead and
Lost
cry
my goddamn
then.
tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird interaction.
Yeah, that's great. And then Baku is talking to his the people that's hired him to steal the urine. So, oh well, the tank police was there.
That's right. He steals a bottle of piss
Yeah,
that he will refer to as the piss ball several times,
yeah.
and in fact taste it, going, And they're like, that's piss, right? And he's like, ugh.
No, that's Britain.
Is that Brit? That's
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
remember who it was that did it. Cause yeah, that's right. Because he's testing it like he would cocaine. And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, he's like, that's piss, right? And he's like, ugh,
Yeah,
shit.
well, that tastes awful. Yeah,
Yeah, it would do.
Yeah, it's urine.
Piss.
Yeah. So, the others out, and then Chaplin comes in and goes, "Oh, well, let's do something," and they're going to build a tank. And then they come back and I think Britain basically says, "Hey, you go and build that tank." I think. Are we gone too far?
No, I think we're intersecting with the next episode because
Yeah.
I think what happens at the start of this one, at the end of this one rather, is they flatten him.
Yeah.
With all of their spare parts, and then they're like, "Hey, Lieutenant, what are you doing in all those tank parts?" It's like,
Yeah.
I was here first.
Yeah. I was that's after he came back from the hospital because he goes to the hospital.
Yeah.
Because they got to investigate what's the reason for the whole break-in.
Mm-hmm.
He sticks his finger in the piss pot. Goes, "That's urine." And then Specs, the brainy one, is like, "Yeah, what? So what's the deal? All the healthy people, why? Oh, because they're like the ones that never got the immunity from the bacteria cloud."
Yes, so they're not healthy in the sense that they are healthy.
Yeah.
They are healthy in the sense that they have never reacted to the outside poisonous environment.
Yeah.
Whereas I think they think that some of them may have a natural immunity that they've also now built up over years and years and years, or something like that.
Oh, it's the Gerald Populus has the immunity, or these people.
Immunity, yes.
Well,
these people don't.
These people don't. So that was what they're studying. So.
And these people are like lab-grown people. It would seem.
They're certainly seem to be stuck in a lab, and they're just kind of like just lying around in these weird beds.
Have breasts but no nipples and no sexual reproductive organs.
Maybe they're not completely naked. Or they
I don't know,
man.
I've seen them in different parts. They definitely seemed just generally nude.
Yeah. They do. So they come back, do the thing, and then this is Britain's kind of walking along, and Specs explaining to him in easy terms for him because he didn't understand any of it. And he's like, "Okay," and then he falls over bits of this old tank, and then a big forklift comes and crushes him with the rest of it. I said, "What are you doing there, Chief?" And then he's like, "Oh, that's brilliant. Make your baby tank, and then you transfer to the child welfare place."
Yeah. Finish making the tank, and then get out.
Yeah. And then I think it ends with Waku meeting up with his the guy that's hired him to steal the piss pots.
I think you're right.
And they're sneaking through the garage where the tank police stuff, and it's like old time tanks.
That's right. Yeah.
And one of the poor girls gets scared of a shadow. I was like, "Shut up!"
Is this the bit where I'm trying to remember if this is in the first or the second episode, where she's like, "You know what? I barely made it out. I got an injury," and she just flashes him, and she just has like a bandage on her nipple.
Yeah, yeah. That's
She's like, look, I got shot right in the tit.
yeah, he did. Yeah, that was I think when they were first saying they need stuff against the tank police. It's like all right. I agree. They're a bit of a problem, but sure.
Yeah,
Um, End the episode. End of the
yeah.
OV.
Okay, we're getting somewhere. Maybe
There's stuff happening.
there's stuff happening.
Yeah,
Episode 2 is where she's now built the tank.
yeah. She eventually builds a tank. After basically, I think the Wacky and the gang basically attacks the tank police and goes, "Hey guys, look at you!" And a rectal cocky, I think is what it's called.
This is the okay, so this is the bit where they directly start firing upon the headquarters.
Yeah,
And she has her new small tank called Bonaparte.
yeah.
It's small.
Yeah. But
Um
so they attack, and then the tank police go out to like retaliate. The whole squad, and then they run away, and then they launch their mines. The rectal.
right. So I'm just going to clarify they are basically penis-shaped mines.
Yeah, well, not until they get hit.
Yes,
Yeah,
but like they're this is their final form.
this is their final one, and they stay out for
Yeah.
hours.
They do. It's like colorful dick confetti.
Oh yeah. There's like discs that land, and rocket mines. No, they have no explosive things on them. Oh, cool. We'll
They
drive
don't.
over them and just like erect and then
Just push them.
topple all the tanks over. And,
Yep.
and now they can't drive. So they chase them on foot,
Mm-hmm.
and then Chief comes down and goes, "Hey, where's everyone? I'm here. We did it." I was like, we none of that in my precinct where Al and Leon is just hugging away. It's like, oh no, we're just celebrating.
we're celebrating.
We finished the tank. I was like, oh cool. Take your baby tank and go and see what's happening. And of course, it's smaller and lighter, and it's built out of the big massive tiger tank. It's really fast.
It is more suited to her as it's closer to the bikes that she was used to.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. And even though technically, I don't think she's not the one that drives it. Al is the one that drives it.
It's a good point. She's in charge of the munitions at certain points.
Yeah, points the thing. And then they kind of drive away. They've agreed to basically station a tank outside the office 24/7 to understand what the whole point of it is, the secret mission of the hospital. Greenpeace is mentioned in this one.
Not that Greenpeace.
Not that Greenpeace, no. Bonaparte just runs through all the mines, and they just pop up behind.
Yep.
And then she gets see Britain and is like, "Oh hey, Chief, Lieutenant, look at me! I got a tank. You want to still want me to send me to like the child's office?" And it's like blackmail's a criminal offence, you know. Ah, well, okay, I'll just leave you alone. I'll see you at the thing. Bye. It's like, no, we'll keep you on. And he clambers on. And then they have a big showdown with the tanks.
They do.
And Bonaparte wins.
Bonaparte wins?
Yeah. Specs is on point and then goes, oh shit, we need to retreat. And then they just run through the hospital. It's like, just drives backwards, like, and then backwards, like, oh, it's okay for them to do it. I guess it's okay for me to do it.
Yeah.
And chase through the hospital. So, so it ends with one of the Blacko's tanks being destroyed. The Specs tank's been destroyed. So basically, all the police tanks are gone.
Except Bonaparte.
except Bonaparte. And the other one, the one of the cat girls are driving.
Yep.
They get it and they get the urine samples, and then they think that Bonaparte's dead because it gets crushed in the flaming rubble of the hospital, because that's obviously crumbling due to the fact that they drove through it. They also got upstairs in the hospital. You know how they jumped out like the third floor of the tanks, jumped out the third floor of the
That's
hospital.
true, yeah.
It's like how the hell did they get up there? Anyway, and then they take it back to the suppliers. Like, hey, we did it. It's like, oh, good. That's Greenpeace will finally uncover the issue with Greenpeace, and then Bonaparte appears as like, hey,
Yeah.
my tank's made of steel, so it doesn't burn in the fire rubble. And then
9/11 reference.
well before
Yeah,
9/11.
jet fuel melts steel beams.
Yeah. And then basically Britain jumps out the tank and goes, right, you know, like, if they even sneeze, shoot them. Alright, Captain. And then of course one of the cat girls sneezes, and so she fires the turret of the tank.
A natural reaction.
Yeah. I says, just followed orders. It's like, oh, shit. And then they get chewed out by the mayor again. And then Leo basically shouts down at her and is like,
This is my favorite part.
yeah, and
She like
pulls a
she
gun.
basically like pulls a gun on the mayor,
Yeah.
and everyone's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, calm down."
Yeah. And then she shoots at the mayor and shoots the desk, and all the paperwork is just lined up, just floats through the window.
It might as well have played the Thomas Newman. Is it Thomas Newman theme from American Beauty? A paper bag in the wind.
Possibly.
They all just kind of go.
That ends that one, essentially.
Man, this is what I was meaning. Is like, it's a big first act,
Yeah.
second and third act, less big.
Yeah.
Act 4, bigger, but what?
And you'll never know.
Oh man.
Yeah. So the third and fourth acts are completely a whole different story, essentially.
They are, because it's like the third one starts off with is it the art heist?
Yeah. So on to the third one, right?
Yep. Episode 3, The Chase.
Yeah. So
They actually have names. I wish I'd said. The first one is Crime War, which is just great. The second one is Tank Police Scramble.
yeah.
And episode 3 is The Chase.
Yeah. So this one here is they got it's basically got an auction, and I was just thinking of the Banksy auction now. It's like for a bit of work. It's like, oh yeah, I'll pay like 9 million units or something for it, I think. And it's a picture of Innocence, it's called, but it's a picture of Wacko naked.
Yeah.
And then
How unique.
yeah, I think it cuts to the tank police, and they're just doing their interrogation.
They are. She's dressed like a game show assistant.
Bunny girl.
Yeah. And it's like, he's like attached to a board, and it's like, hey, points win prizes. This guy's probably going to die.
Yeah. I was like, so basically, the chaplain comes out and introduces, introducing our lovely Leona as a game host. And the guy is like on the knife boards where he spins around your mouth.
Yeah.
Nice. And he's like, this drug dealer hasn't spilled any information to me all day. How long do you think he'll last? And everyone puts a bet on. It's like 15 seconds, 10 seconds. And Leona goes, I'll just say 30 seconds, but I'm a bad loser. And then shoves a grenade in his mouth.
Yep.
unpins it and shoves the grenade in the mouth.
Yeah.
And then she signals for someone to start spinning the board round.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone's just like throwing knives at the guy onto the board. And then someone hands her a knife, and she's like, "For me? Oh no, I shouldn't." And then she just closes her eyes and just like whisks it at her, and it's just like millimeters away from his neck. Which of course makes him to spit out the grenade, which rolls beside Bonaparte. And they're like, "Oh."
Yeah.
And then they look and it explodes, and
Not damage my tank.
yeah, and then the chief was upstairs behind a pile of workers. Like, yes, finished for the day. I've cleared all the complaints. Time to go home. And he goes, boom, and his instant reaction is shouting for Britain. Britain! Yep. And then Britain just gets up from underneath the pile of papers like, oh, I've been here all day, all this time, Chief. It wasn't me. So what? Who else would be crazy enough to like play with grenades? Oh, Leona!
Turns out your entire squad.
Oh, I mean, Leona. Let's be honest.
Yes, but they were doing it before her.
Oh, yeah. They're all insane squad members. As he's like, oh no, I'll just put a new wax on it. I'm blowing apart. And it's like, oh, that's fine. I'll put a lick of paint on it. That's swell. Would you do me honor to going out? And it's like, yeah, that's fine. Or does the restaurant have an underground parking garage? It's yes, that's good. Then I can park Bonaparte there. And it's like, oh, you're a losing streak here, like. And then it cuts to Wacko and his gang on a boat in the sewers, going after the painting. And it's like, this is the. Sometimes you just got to do a heist for yourself type thing, because he's going after the painting himself. And then he goes up, and they're in the art gallery, and the poor sisters are there, and this guy get dressed up and go,
oh yeah,
and I go, wow, darling, it's like such a wonderful place. And then Buckle's like, shut up, there's no time for dress up, we've got to look for that painting. It's like, oh, we found it. And he's like, ah, cool. And then he gets jumped by a red commando.
Is this the quick stabbing?
Yeah. So the guy kind of jumps on and he stabs him.
He just goes,
yeah, and then
he's like,
and then jumps away. And then the him and that just pulls out the machine gun and they're just having a big firefight.
And I tell you how much I laughed at him getting stabbed. It's very silly. The guy just goes, ha ha,
yeah,
and then runs away.
Yeah,
amazing.
That's great. And then he's in the middle of a firefight between him and the Red Commando, and it's like, hey, watch where you're sitting. And they're like, all right, boss. And he kind of like hides in the corner and is like, they're over there. Yeah, I know they're over there. And then one of the sisters like kind of just shoots at him, and he goes, there. It's like, and then I think the Red Commando throws a grenade, which bounces off his head into the vase, and he's like, "What is this attacking me for?" Sticks it up and it's smoking away. And then he's still having an argument with the Puma sisters, and then he's like, she shoots again at him. It's like,
yeah.
And the other one goes, oh, that's the same direction, you know. Yeah, I know. I've got to put him in his place sometimes, you know.
Maybe he is subservient to them.
Yeah. Not quite. I think
more of it.
Mutual.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then he finally realizes that the vase is smoking. It's like, oh, why is this smoking? And he looks inside. He's like, oh, shit. Runs away. The Puma sisters basically tell him, like, you've been injured, Blacker. You should get out of here.
You need to get out of here. You've been stabbed, by the way. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah, you're not doing so good. So you need to get out. You got the bio ball. You got that antidote.
Right, the bio ball.
And it's all like that. Meanwhile, the tank police now get called out because of
Yep.
the heist, and they're like, "Oh, what's that place? Oh, that place was that. Oh." And then one of them makes the comment, "Oh yeah, it's the place with all the statues of the tits and ass."
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so they go and they send Leona in. Should note that she's upset a grenade is lying next to Bonaparte and potentially
Yes.
scratching the paintwork.
Yes.
But they get to the museum, the auction house, and they get to the auction house, and they're just sitting there going, "Oh, Bacchus guy's getting some mean treatment here. Like, let's that's cool." And then they realize it's no law enforcement to give them the trouble. So it's like, "Oh, we can't be having that. We got to be doing the stuff." So they send Leona into the side, the
Yep.
alleyway, where she just basically drives through the wall and blown apart.
Yeah, grenades are more of a concern than walls, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
There's probably put more scratches on the wall than the grenade. Anyway, she gets there and some stuff happens, and she gets separated from Bonaparte
Yep.
and the tank police. And Al wakes up and goes, "Oh, Leona, you taking her away, right?" And
Well, I like that bit because it's like he's surrounded, and it's like this kind of like, oh, what's happening here? And then it's like, oh, so all your boys.
yeah,
And he's like, oh, cool. Leona's here, right? No, they escaped and took her with her.
yeah,
Shit.
yeah, yeah. Uh, and I think possibly it cuts to basically Vacu and Leona because he's taking her.
Yeah.
Uh,
Are they on the is like a raft thing?
yeah, so
Yeah.
they're in the sewers on a raft. That's how they initially Vacu got to the auction house. Uh,
Yep.
and he has the bio ball around her. Oh, it's bio ball. Only I don't will take it off. I tried to take one off for a guy, but I basically ripped his head off because I'm
Yeah.
pretty
I was
strong.
a bit overzealous.
Yeah, so he ain't getting off without that. Make a deal with
No.
me, keep me safe. It's like
She's
no,
no, never.
never.
I don't make deals with criminals.
Yeah. And then he falls overboard, and he has a dream.
Yeah, the bit of the flashback.
Yeah, flashback to how he was created and what the reason he was, which is for
Yeah,
psychological dream.
because we this is the part you find out. Yeah, he's not human. He's one of those cloney people
Mhm.
from the place.
Not,
Uh,
not.
not that one, but a place like it.
Yeah, he was a clone, essentially an android clone to study um human psyche to understand the
Yeah.
soul. Is what
So he's
the
like
doctors.
a consciousness put in an android's body.
Yeah,
So he's human but not human,
yeah,
and doesn't classify himself as human. Um, and yeah, I think is this where we get the revelation of what the paint that we do? Yeah, yeah. This is the bit where they talk about. He's like, well, why do you want the painting?
yeah,
And he's like, oh, it's not really for the art.
yeah. Oh, that's a bit later to be honest. That's
Is
probably
it?
yeah. That's probably the fourth episode.
Is
Because
it?
yeah, there's
Did they not have that conversation before they fall off together?
well they fall off. He falls into the water and she saves him, and then they get back on the raft.
To get back on
Yeah, it's not until after the whirlpool bit, I think.
where there's the cliffhanger ending
Yeah, yeah.
to the next episode, which was basically what we're leading to now. Then okay,
I,
so
to a degree, there's some other interesting bits. I feel like it cuts back to the police station where they're saying shout balling out at Al for losing Leona. It's like, how dare you
yeah,
lose her? I care so much, and then they basically go, well, what about if I got lost, Chief? It's like, I don't give a shit about you. No, neither of us. It's like, fine, I quit. And then everyone's behind us like, get out, go, go. It's like, no, I won't. Screw you. Britain's Britain's class.
He's like very one dimensional but funny.
He's just insanely stupid.
Yeah.
Like everyone march, like in the middle force. Everyone to march after the Black and his tanks.
That's right.
Yeah, so they're just going down this thing, and he's basically talking about existence and stuff, and there might be conversation about the painting. It's not like the artwork it interests me, but he doesn't really go into it anymore.
He doesn't go into the details about it. He just says that it's not the artwork because he doesn't care about the frame.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
It's
so
too bulky to carry with the frame, so he breaks it up.
Yeah.
She mends his wound. She does a field medic on him, which doesn't mend it properly, but it's better than what he was.
Yeah.
And then they kind of just continue going down, and everyone's kind of in the search. And then the Red Commandos appear at the police station and goes, "Hey, stay out of our way. I don't really want to deal with you guys. You're too stupid." It's like, all right.
Yep.
And everyone's searching, and then I think, yeah, so they get on the raft, and then they get to a point where it's just a whirlpool, and they try to escape, but then fall out the raft.
Mm-hmm.
They grab the ropes, and they can. Waku's injuries didn't let him hold on to the rope, so he falls and goes, "No, the painting! I've got to get the painting." So he grabs it, goes down the painting, and then Leonis saves him again, and holding on to the onto the gate of the whirlpool bit machine, and this where it kind of cuts as she slips and goes, "Ah!"
Yep, cuts to the start of the next episode.
Yeah,
where it's like there's like a big giant blender going off, and there's a big scream.
Yeah,
and then there's her body upside down with what looks like blood pouring down it. You're like, oh,
yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Dismembered.
What a shame.
Yeah. And then you realise it's a can of oil.
Yep. And they're actually okay.
Yeah, her suit stops the thing or something because he's got a flashy light, and there's a flashing light on the side, and then it lowers them all down, and then the Red Commandos appear and start shooting them up.
Mm-hmm.
And then the tank police appear and start shooting up the Red Commandos. And then...
Because everybody has to be attacking everybody in this show all the time.
Yeah. And then Waku escapes with Leona. I think there's a grenade or something, because a grenade pops out, and they kind of escape out the sewers into the street with a bunch of Athros.
Yes. That's right.
Yeah. And then they kind of just like stare, and everyone's staring at them in the street, and it's like, oh yeah, and they look at each other, and they kind of stumble away. It's like, oh, better get out of here. And I think Anna Puma and Ini Puma is essentially just sitting in the place where they're waiting to meet up location, and bemoaning the fact that the picture of Waku is not very interesting, but it's worth 9 million, where they can't. None of their pictures for them wouldn't ever.
They complain that if he's not okay, they're worried about having to go back to working as strippers.
Yeah. So that was it, because they were essentially sex robots.
Yeah. And she's like, well, I do like the freedom of not wearing clothes. Anyway.
I like the happiness of them as well. It's like, oh, I'll go out and have a look for them. Alright, you do that.
Yeah.
And then she's
You
like,
do that, bye.
and she's like, bye.
They're very matter of fact.
Yeah,
In a happy way.
very, very happy. And then so she goes out looking, and then basically they get caught in a crossfire, a standoff between tank police, red commandos, and Annie Puma in her mech suit. And they're like, oh, and then it goes like, oh, if I attack the tank police, the red commandos will get me. And the red commandos is like, if I attack the Blackout's gang, then the tank police will get me.
The tank police will get
And then the tank police was like, if I attack the red commandos, then the Blackout's gang will get me. It's like, oh, we're in a standoff.
I was going to say, this does culminate in a Mexican standoff where they all arrive together at the same time, all pointing tanks at each other.
Yeah, well, armaments at least, yeah.
Yeah.
Then Leona and Blackout kind of sneak away and then get trailed by the red commandos in their copters.
We should mention that the reveal of this has already happened because they were in the sewers, but it's the whole point of the painting is that the experiments that were on, the illegal experiments that were ongoing that Waku was involved in, he was in a lab and they were like, crap, people are coming to find out, we need to wipe all the data except this one set of data. That's going to be our gift from us.
Yeah.
And they open the door, all the scientists get shot, and all of the experiments get bunged into the back of a van.
Yep.
He then really wants water.
Yeah.
And goes to try and open a can of water, like a big tank of water that I was sure it was just fuel.
Yeah.
He opens it, or tries to open it. It opens, the car stops, it bumps, the door opens.
Yeah.
The thing rolls out the side.
Yeah.
And then he goes and does like a hamster drink, and
yeah. It was like
drinks the water.
It's the fact that the door wasn't locked from the inside.
Yeah,
it wasn't like
and they didn't
safety.
notice that a giant, heavy tank fell out the side.
Yeah, didn't notice.
Not a bit.
Nope. Went clunk clunk.
And then he ends up living on the streets, and a woman drives past in the car and goes, "Hey, you look like sad. Maybe this will cheer you up." And throws a gun and money at him, and she's like, "Explain that to the police."
Yeah, and then she drives away.
And he gets arrested, and he's like, well, I say arrested. He gets beaten and then arrested. And the whole time he's being beaten, he's just going, why?
Yeah. Pretty much.
So that's sort of made him, what's a bit of misery. But the whole point is that painting, it's not just a painting. It is like a data chip of sorts that contains all of the information around those experiments, or the data that they wanted to be represented or left alone.
Yep.
Left after the experiment, and he refers to it as like his digital birth certificate.
Yeah, it's like my birth certificate. I think that's how Leona says, "This is your birth certificate." Yeah,
He's like, yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah, yep, and that's the whole reason for the painting.
That's the whole reason for the show.
Oh,
That's why what the piss jars. That's what the whole thing all connects into him. Eventually getting this painting
yeah,
that is evidence of what happened to him.
Yeah,
basically.
But it's just not.
And I guess because the Puma sisters are created as well. They were genetically engineered too, right? They're androids, but are that kind of hybrid thing.
Yeah, but I don't think they're any relation to that. I think they're just
okay. No, but they are also created beings.
Yeah, they're not.
So
human.
they have that kinship with him.
That's why I think they stick around.
They like him.
Yeah,
and
he doesn't treat them, like shit. He's kind of weirdly admiral in his morals type thing. You know, you'll go and do jobs, but I suppose that's just the things that he's fallen into.
Yeah, well, it's his life on the outside started with a gun being thrown at him and then being beat by the police. So
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
sure.
He's worked his way up. Aye, so they escape, they get on the thing, and they go meet the Annie Puma, I think, who then gives the antidote to Leona as she gets the ball off.
Oh, the spray.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, but we never made a deal." And he's like, "No, that's fine."
Yeah,
Because she rescued him when she didn't have to.
Yeah, because he was like, "Why you did that for?" Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they find out that the meeting location's at the police station.
That's right. Because that's like, wait, this is the police station. It's like, I recognize this, and you should.
Yeah, and
you work here.
Chief comes out and goes, "Oh, Leona, you managed to do it and capture Wacko all on your own." It's like, no, I didn't do that.
No.
And then there's a gun at the chief's face. Is like, "All right, hand them over." And then he goes like, we're best to hide out. You know, you won't get mugged waiting around here." I think was the quote that Ali Pooh comes in with, and they kind of all meet up, and then Red Commandos come in and steal the picture.
Oh man!
And then
they do.
Ali Puma, or one of the Puma girls is
one of the Puma sisters.
Goes, "Hope you don't mind me borrowing one this tank." It's that's our new tank, fucking massive tank. And she blows up the copter. There's a guy like, "Ha! Tell the boss I got the thing." Boom. And then they stumble. He goes, "Oh shit! I remember where I got to go now." And they stumble back to the lab where he was created.
Yep.
And
oh my god, what?
What?
They go back to the lab where he was created.
He climbs up
and then a portal from heaven appears.
Something like that.
And a green fairy woman.
Yeah.
That he goes, Greenpeace.
And that's Greenpeace.
Appears from nowhere.
Yep.
And then we cut.
Yeah, well, she was in his flashbacks. That was the thing that he would stare at from his bubble.
It's true. But what?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
What does it mean? What does it all mean, Steve?
Well, like I'm kind of with it.
Yeah.
To a degree, like, you know, it's a nice, like, very competent and interesting sci-fi plot.
Yeah.
About the kind of the concept of humanity and what that means, and the idea of like consciousness and where that develops and why that's important for every sentient being, and why some people think that others are less. It gets into a lot of the same territories as like Pluto might as well, around like, you know, people feeling differently towards machine, even though the consciousness is there. Maybe not quite as cerebrally as Pluto.
No.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah. Lane 2?
Yeah. Like very much.
It's all
like
about
I think like
and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, it is talking about existence and what that means to a degree. Not like openly, but certainly in the underlying themes, it's there. There's a kind of like tragedy to it to a degree of like his Bwaku's tragic character of you know, someone forced into existence, and then thrust into another existence that they couldn't control, but then took some semblance of control.
Yeah.
And that's why we are where we are.
It's
interesting.
He ends with the same pose that he has in the picture. Well,
the kind of his T-Rex pose.
Yeah. Well, crouching T-Rex, hidden dragon,
crouching T-Rex, hidden crouching T-Rex, hidden Stegosaurus.
Hidden Stegosaurus. Up his ass.
Well, depends on what mine you step on.
Yeah.
But I think, like, because the only other part to this is that we then kind of cut to some sort of parade of the tank police.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What are they doing?
they're not
Oh,
marching. They've got
oh,
the big
and
flag
then
and
they caught like the whole Red Commando group, and
yeah,
they're just like
yeah,
saying, "Keep in line, Red Commandos." It's because it's his encounter with the leader of the Red Commandos basically put him on a big sulk, Britain the big sulk.
yeah.
He's like, "Ah, I ain't going to deal with you guys. You stay out our way because uh, I don't attack stupid weak." Uh, there's like three people. There's like weak people and some other people and the stupid people. And he's in Britain just it's like, oh, lost. He's called me stupid, and I was like, well, it's better, admit that you're stupid. Then you should, and then he wants to like take his own life and stuff because he's like, I'm stupid. But no, don't.
Don't do that.
It's a brave man to admit that he's stupid type thing. It's what the chaplain says, tries to say. So then
That's
Alcair's
right.
like, hey, I found Leona. We've got to look for Leona. Oh, not to mention he meets up with Leona. Al finally meets up with Leona. Says, hey, Leona, you're alive. And
You're
and then
alive.
he comes in and jumps for a hug, and then she kind of like sidesteps him and goes,
We've
Bonaparte.
got a wide shot. Yeah, with like a wide shot of them running towards each other,
Yeah,
and she just goes right past him towards Bonaparte.
yeah. And then he's like, God damn tank, gonna melt it down, make it all into scrap. And then she notices like a mark on it. It's like, you put Bonaparte in danger. How could you? Like, I think it makes Britain fall off his tank.
It's that like is a sentence.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, how about you liked his magazine, Britain's magazine, How to
Oh
Kill?
wait, was it How to Kill? Yeah, that's right. I was gonna say I completely forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
That did make me chuckle. It was the same as like, oh, what was that like mock TV show where the guy had the magazine that was like the sensible chuckle?
Oh no.
I'm gonna yeah. What was the origin of that sensible chuckle? Is a reaction gif. Danger 5.
Danger 5.
Danger 5.
Or,
So Danger 5 is an Australian action surreal comedy show.
alright. Yeah, that's right.
It was quite funny from what I remember of it. There's not a lot of it, but yeah, some of it was pretty funny.
Uh, yeah. So that's it. We talked about Dominion Tank Police.
Yeah. It's
It's it's nothing's in it, man.
it's it's fine for like taking it within context of like when it arrived on the scene. Um and probably budgetary wise as well, like because the thing is like like you talked about Akira like kind of opening the floodgate and stuff like that for the West, and that's definitely true.
Yeah.
The main thing about Akira though was like that was a thing that took a long time to develop,
Yeah.
and like I can't imagine that the budget for it was low.
No. Well then I think I don't know, Dominion Tank Police has seen I wouldn't say low budget, but the artwork and kind of things. There's a lot of like same scenes like Bonaparte skidding around bombshells going left and
Oh
right.
yeah.
Well, like there's a lot of different scenes. There's the intro bit where they physically change like the viewpoint of one scene. It's like Leona's like in bed dreaming, and there's a handsome person at the window, and it totally changes the camera. It doesn't just slice it; it rotates her
Yeah.
vision, which is hand drawn at that time, essentially, mostly.
True.
Um, and then it turns out to be Wacko. And then she's, oh no, oh. What? what intro did you watch? Did you get the British, the English intro where it went tank police?
Police.
Do
Yeah.
do 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 do.
Tank police.
Yeah.
Over and over and over and over.
Yeah. It's great.
Like, here's like to give you an idea of budget, right? Tokyo Godfathers, which is a gorgeous movie.
Yeah.
And Paprika. Tokyo Godfathers is $2.4 million was the budget.
Yeah.
Paprika was $4 million.
Yeah.
So right, that's 2004, 2006.
Yeah.
Akira in 1986. I think it's 88.
Oh, same year.
88.
Same year.
Was $5.5 million. So the difference of, 14 to 7 to 18 years in inflation is not insignificant.
I mean, unless that's...
It's double the budget and nearly 20 years apart.
Yeah, but is that not with inflation?
No.
Definitely not.
No.
Fix that. That was the budget at the time.
I'm gonna double check it, but it does state $5.5 million. There's no asterisks. That's just the budget. 700 million yen.
700 million yen. Doesn't sound that much, actually.
Yeah. So if I took 1988 and calculated it to 2002, we'll do, because that's, what one was that? 2004, sorry, for Paprika. And we'll call it 5 point, oh well, actually 5,500,000. It's at 8.7, nearly $8.8 million.
Yeah, just a light thing then.
Yeah, so like, but I guess what I'm meaning is like, the thing about Akira and the reason everyone like lauds it is because it was a like proper budgeted huge thing. The thing with Dominion Tank Police is it obviously had some budget. It's not that it didn't have any, but there's no way it even cost $1 million.
Do you think?
There's no way it cost probably $500,000. It must have cost significantly less.
Well, you're not going to look it up?
I have. I can't find it. Turns out you probably don't get budgets for OVAs.
Yeah. Boo.
But I think like the point stands is that I think a direct comparison would be unfair because they're not really on the same wave. They're not on the same scale. It's not a fair comparison. There's a reason that people still talk about Akira today and how it was animated and the story and the music and the voice acting and the dubbing. It's just it's a thing.
Story in Akira.
Tank Police.
In the anime.
Akira's not the perfect movie, to be clear.
I wouldn't say the story is that much in Akira.
No, it's not hugely different. In fact, if anything, it's very confusing. Yeah. And mostly, if anything, wants you to figure it out on your own because it's not sure, maybe.
Yeah.
But, like, for what Dominion Tank Police is, like, it stands well the test of time, I think, considering its age. And I always felt like similarly of when we watched Vampire Hunter D, it obviously has aged, and it's a very much a product of its time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Vampire Hunter D is pretty good. Like it holds pretty well considering, and that's 1985. So
yeah, it's older than any of them. Yeah.
I like it. But I didn't hate this. I had good fun with it. It's very silly. And yeah, like it was worth the watch.
Yeah, it's good. It's better than Excel.
It is,
Yeah.
which is why I'm going to give it a 7.
7. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
What are you going to give it, Colin?
I'll be biased if we give it anything higher than 8. But I'll go 8.
No, I think that's fair. Like the thing is like I have no uh, no history with it at all.
Mhm.
So like there's no this is all sort of very new to me for the most part.
Yeah.
And like without that history, I think it's very difficult to rate it any higher than that. I would say it's as good as it possibly could be for now. Like if you're looking at it as a, because like I don't think Golgo was very good,
Oh,
and that movie gets discussed a lot. That movie was borderline dog shit.
yeah, it wasn't good.
Not a good movie.
I remember watching it and I
Um,
was like, or I remember, did I watch it? I remember hearing about it ages ago, but I was like,
yeah,
nah. The guy just stares. He's just a
nah,
staring machine, emotionless.
yeah, it's very very weird.
Yeah.
However, if we wanted to look at the biggest budget animes, maybe there's another movie in here that we could look at for the
The next.
for the next bonus episode.
What's that?
Uh, well, the most expensive one is The Boy and the Heron, which I haven't watched yet.
Oh yeah, the Ghibli, Ghibli,
Ghibli, yeah,
Ghibli, Ghibli, Ghibli.
with a budget of $53 million.
$53 million.
Yeah.
Who did they shoot?
I know, but to be fair, interestingly to me is like I'm looking at Howl's Moving Castle, which is like my favorite one,
Mm-hmm.
and that's $24 million.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
20 years apart.
yeah. I mean, they're essentially the Disney movies of anime, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. But probably not such an evil organization
yeah. I think like
or
it seems like Ghibli generally have like quite high or have had higher budgets. Um, Dragon Ball Super Broly
huh?
cost $8 million.
I mean, that's fair.
Oh, Street Fighter the animated movie $6 million.
Be fair to the animated movie, the first one.
Yep, Street Fighter 2 the animated movie. Sorry,
Yeah, the first one.
I love that movie.
Ah, yeah, good old Vega in the shower scene.
Oh no, the bit I remember is Cammy just twisting the dude's head.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, with her
That's
with her
the bit
legs.
I immediately go back to is her just going up on his head and going whoop,
Oh,
turning his head backwards.
oh, that was it. She just kind of leaps up and has her body on her shoulder like that.
Yeah, she just twists.
Yep, and then looks away.
Mental.
Good old Carrie.
Good shit though.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be back next week though with our next season, season 18.
Mhm.
And as we mentioned, we are going to be covering Delicious in Dungeon, which I'm quite looking forward to watching.
Delicious in Dungeon.
Yeah, my wife said she might watch it, so that's interesting.
It's about food in the dungeon.
No. She knows one of the voice cast, so she was like, I might watch a bit of it, see how it is.
All right. Okay.
So yeah,
The thing.
we'll see how that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got that, and then we'll see about what we decide to cover next.
Yeah. Keeping it all light-hearted and entertaining.
Yeah. Interestingly, Interstellar 5555 is, if you want that on Blu-ray, £180.
Yeah. No. It was only good for the first few songs.
It's pretty good though.
The first few songs was the ones that it was like they got you. You had the one where there's running away. And it goes. Then that's the other one.
As much as I really, really want to hear you regale me with Daft Punk songs, I think we'll probably cut it there. Well, as always, you've been listening to Who's That Anime, an anime podcast about anime, which can be found where all good podcasts can be found. Our home is at anchor.fm/Who's That Anime. If you like what it is we do, then leaving us a review is a cool way to help. If you've already left a review or can't, then telling a friend is another way to help. And if you do want to help us financially, you can at patreon.com/Who's That Anime, where we will give early access to episodes of this show and our other show, 5 Minute Fusion, A Journey Through Dragon Ball. Currently working our way through Dragon Ball Z, and we are fighting Frieza, and it's getting interesting. So you can come and join us there to talk more about that. We have a Facebook group, Facebook page rather, that's facebook.com/Who's That Anime. We post the episode releases and the occasional memes on there too. We have a Discord group. You can find the link to that in the show notes. And we have a Facebook page. Oh God, I'm all over the place today. A YouTube page. It's youtube.com/Who's That Anime. This is where Colin painstakingly puts together the video versions of the podcasts. And if you like to listen to podcasts via YouTube, you can listen to Who's That Anime and 5 Minute Fusion, because the RSS feeds for both of those can be found there too.
Yep.
And that's us.
Yeah. Yeah, it was my lovely singing that's put him off.
Lovely.
Yeah. Oh, what was the other one?
You're thinking of harder, better, faster, stronger. Like I can't.
No logic.
There's one more time, one more time, and then you've got aerodynamic, which is that
was the one I was doing.
And then digital love, which is that one, and harder, faster, better, stronger, and then it gets a little hazy for me after that. So,
yeah, harder, better was the one where they were getting done up to be humans.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. And I think
Man, Discovery, what an album.
Discovery, was that the album?
That was the name of the album, the Daft Punk album.
Well, then it didn't Interstellar 555.
Well, Interstellar 555, I don't know how the link happened, but
I believe
they're linked.
I believe they just wanted to do an anime. I thought. And they did.
Well, yeah, they did. Daft Punk's Discovery has... Yeah, those songs in it. Try to see if there's like a connection here, but... initially planned to release every song in Discovery as a single. Where are we? After the duo recalled watching Japanese anime as children, including favourites such as Captain Harlock, Grendizer, and Candy Candy. All three brought the album and the completed story to Tokyo in the hope of creating the film with their childhood hero, Leiji Matsumoto, who had created Captain Harlock. After Matsumoto joined the team as visual supervisor, Shinji Shimizu had been contacted to produce the animation. And the result of the collaboration was the anime film, Interstellar 555, which features the entirety of Discovery as the soundtrack.
There you go.
That's it.
All I remember is I saw it on Channel 5. No, 6.
Didn't you... I think at one point you had found that it was being shown in like Inverness at some cinema somewhere. Did you not go to see it there? Because I couldn't go.
No, I never went.
Oh man, I wish I could have gone.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, but yeah, I think it did. Yeah, it's weird. weird that these things are shown. Oh, there's an anime con happening in Edinburgh. 15th.
We got a booth.
Yeah, we can get a booth.
12th and 13th. I can't go.
I don't think we really want a booth. We don't have any merch to side.
No. Oh, yeah. Well,
Unless we do.
maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
But yeah, I'm weirdly going to be watching football that day. So
Weirdly.
Yep.
Why are you watching football that day?
I'm traveling to watch a game on that day. So
Alan to watch a game.
gonna be a long day.
Yeah. I mean, well, I assume it's kind of local-ish.
No. Not even close.
Where are you going? You're going down to, like, London?
Not to London, but down south.
Yeah, well, in the across the border. South.
Yeah.
Proper south.
Yeah, proper south. Not Scotland south.
Not Scotland south.
Not Scotland south.
Ah. How come we don't have a location in the country that's called the South?
Is this, people are too worried it'll rise again? I don't know.
In England, they got the North, which doesn't refer to
That's true.
Scotland, which is the North of the country.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah, they don't. Anyway, we rambled on long enough. We probably should end this, and so we'll catch you next week. Same anime time, same anime place, different anime. Bye. Bye.